Hello and welcome to week number 13 here in Sack to the Future season number 3, which is the 1962 season. There you see the records. The Eagles come in with nothing to play for except for spoiler at 4-7, but the New York Titans are in the thick of the wild card hunt at 7-4 over in the AFL. And so this game means everything to the Titans, but again, the Eagles are here to play spoiler. And they have, even though they're 4-7, you've seen them on the different channels, whether it be here, the Vinny X Wolf channel, certainly the Tears 89 channel, and the John M channel, as they play each of them twice a year. And they do play tough games. There's a look at the running backs. Christie having a very good year for the Titans. Timmy Brown's been fighting injuries for the Eagles, part of the reason why they're 4-7, although in 62, neither one of these teams were magnificent. The real-life records, the Eagles were 3-10-1. The Titans were not much better at 5-9. But here, the Titans are doing much better than their real-life counterparts did, as they are 7-4 and looking for a possible playoff berth. There's Larry Grantham, one of the big stars of the Titans. All right, let's go ahead and get this set up for simulation. Looks like Christie's going to be returning this one. And end of game. There we go. Okay. So, Eagles kicking off to the Titans. From the 5-yard line. Stanton's actually the return man across the 20. 25, breaks it to the right. 30, 40, 45, almost near midfield. What a fantastic start for the New York Titans. There you see Johnny Green on the year, over 63%, 16 touchdowns to only 4 interceptions. Absolutely remarkable in 1962 for Johnny Green to be having that kind of season. In real life, 1962, Johnny Green threw 10 touchdowns, but 18 interceptions. So that is the turnaround right there. That is why the Titans have such a better record than they did in real life. Hand off to Christie right up the middle. He gains about 5. See if we can meet the offensive line. There it is. Morelli, Fournette, Hudick, Mishak, and Kroll across the offensive line. Dick Christie and Bill Mathis are the running backs. With Don Maynard and Art Powell, very good receivers. And the tight end was Thurlow Cooper. And after Christie will cut over to the right, but he's brought down. And let's see if we can meet the Eagles defense now. There you go. It's Gene Gossage, Joe Lewis, Richie Gunnels, and Bobby Richards. Chuck Bednarik in the middle. Maxie Baughan and Bob Harrison are the outside backers. Jimmy Carr, Don Burrows, Irv Cross, and Ben Scotty are the secondary men. The big names on the defense, of course, Chuck Bednarik and Max Baughan. The 2 of the 3 linebackers are sensational. Green completes over the middle to Cooper. 13-yard completion. Thurlow Cooper on the reception. Chud Bednarik, of course, the big man, Concrete Charlie, hard hitter. Iron Man, plays both sides of the ball. Or did. I mean, at this point, he's 37 years old, still starting every game in 1962 as the middle linebacker, but gave way to his center duties. So he's playing more on just one side of the ball these days, which you would expect from a 37-year-old. But there's Don Maynard. You might recognize him. He's going to stay on the Titans, who become the Jets, for quite a while. Have a fantastic career. He did go over 1,000 yards with 8 touchdowns back in real life 62. Titans now from the 21-yard line, 1st and 10. Green will hand to the Christie. He'll cut to the right again. He likes cutting back to the right. But the Eagles stop him for just a 1-yard gain this time. So yesterday we had the big human versus human matchup. The Oilers and the Browns. You can see that in both the John M. and Terrors 89 channel. That was a sensational game. There it is. No spoilers on the score there, so go watch it on the channels. But it was a great game. Watch till the very last second. I'm just going to tell you that. And then just finished on the Vinny X Wolf channel was the Colts disposing of the semi-pro Tampa Bay Buccaneers. If you're a fan of the Colts and you want to see some good plays, definitely check that out. But I wasn't worried about spoiling it because they played the semi-pro Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm pretty sure you all knew they were going to win that one. And then still to come, plenty of games. Let's see, though, first, if the Titans kicker Bill Shockley can give them the lead. It's good. Welcome, by the way, Vinny. Nice win earlier today. That's right, yeah. If you're not a fan of the Colts at all, but you want to see some WWE wrestlers try a new sport, it's another reason to check that game out. So the Titans get a field goal on their first drive. Vinny, you missed, well, let's talk about Sonny Jurgensen for a second. 64%, 11 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, over 2,100 yards. Pretty solid season from him as well. When Johnny Green came out, he had 16 touchdowns to just 4 interceptions. So if you want to know how a 5-9 real-life team finds themselves at 7-4, that's how. Johnny Green playing way better than his real-life counterpart did. Gray comes in on the sack. For a second, I paused for a second because Gray is the real-life NFL draft is going on. That's Moses Gray that got the sack. But I was just thinking for a second about the Packers draft pick. But anyways, back to 1962. Enough of this 2019 draft talk. Sonny Jurgensen now has a 2nd and 18. He'll hand it to Brown, who will get thrown to the ground right at the line. There's Larry Grantham, what a great player he is. Jim Schrader in the middle. Wittenburn and Case are the guards. J.D. Smith and Jim McCusker are the tackles. Timmy Brown and Clarence Peak. Tommy McDonald, Pete Retzlaff, and the tight end was Dick Lucas. It went much quicker than the Titans. Wow. Well, I said the Eagles have nothing to play for except for spoiler. The Titans have everything to play for. And it shows so far as the Eagles are just making all kinds of mistakes. Now, myself as controlling the Broncos, who are 1 game behind the Titans right now, and Vinny, who is behind them in the division as the Buffalo Bills coach. Both of us are clearly rooting for the Eagles. Not the best start, though. I would imagine the John M. and the Oilers are also rooting for the Eagles. Well, yeah, the Eagles have no chance of catching the Giants, so I think even the Giants fan would be rooting for the Eagles in this one. So we need someone on here that's going to root for the Titans to kind of balance some things out here. There down below, the Redskins and Lions will meet later. That will be on the Terrors 89 channel, but I believe that's going to be Saturday night. Hand off to Christie and thrown to the ground. Gain of maybe a yard. He was just ripped down to the ground by Riley Gunnels, the defensive tackle from Georgia. Showing a lot of heart on that tackle. Most players from Georgia have heart. Most players. Green, quick drop. Now he's going to take off and run. 35-40, 45. Fumbles the football. And I think the Eagles recovered it. Of course, Chuck Bednarik would recover the fumble. Johnny Green takes off running, gets almost 20 yards, but here's the problem. The ball comes out before he goes down, and Dick Christie completely misses it, but Bednarik does not. And, yep, the ball's out. No doubt about it. Eagles catch a break, and now they have great field position. Now they're going to hand off to Timmy Brown, who dodges one tackler and gets the first down. 15 yards on 2 carries. Timmy Brown, more of a receiving threat, actually. In 1962 real life, he had 545 yards on the ground, but 52 catches for 849 yards and 6 receiving touchdowns. Now Jurgensen's turn to fumble the football. Smith picks it up alertly, but then there's a flag at the end. That might be a face mask. So with all that went wrong for the Eagles, it ends in a face mask, and they're going to get a first down out of it. Jerry Fields brings down J.D. Smith by the face mask. So the quarterbacks, there's no snow or rain, but they've each dropped the ball now. See if this is a fumble happy game. There's another big one, a third bonus game. The Chargers and the Dallas Texans. The Chargers have found themselves up to an 8-3 record, and they still have a chance at that division, even though the Texans have the best record in the league at 10-1. Of course, they have to win that game. If the Texans win that game, they clinch the division. Maybe not mathematically, but I know they win the division if they win that game. Complete to Walston across the middle. Jurgensen, 2 of 2. Sonny Jurgensen in real life, 1962. Threw for over 3,200 yards and 22 touchdown passes. He did throw 26 interceptions, however. He was the 43rd pick in the draft, a 4th round pick in 1957 by these Philadelphia Eagles. Backed up Norm Van Brocklin for a few years, and now, last year and this year, he is the starter. Second and 12 now for Sonny. He'll throw it underneath, but the hit's going to jar the ball loose. Roger Elliott. Oh, Gooseman, Torson, and Waters on the defensive line. The linebackers are Larry Grantham, Roger Ellis, Herbert Bobo, and Jerry Fields. Secondary men, Lee Riley, Billy Adkins, Donald Paulson, and Wayne Fonts. Yes, the future Detroit Lion head coach, Wayne Fonts. Jurgensen now on 3rd and 12. Gets some time, throws it in the end zone, and it's caught for, no it's not, it's dropped. It is dropped. And the Eagles will settle for a field goal. Bobby Watson comes out. In real life, he was 4 of 15, so this could be interesting. It's good. Okay. 4 of 15. My goodness. Of course, back in 1962, many teams didn't have specialized kickers. All the kickers played other positions, so Watson, of course, Not necessarily on the team for his kicking abilities. At least I would hope not when he's 4 of 15. Bobby Watson, by the way, was also from Georgia. Guess this entire Eagles team went to college together in Georgia. Except for Sonny Jurgensen, of course, was from Duke. We know that. So, fresh off the fumble, let's see what Johnny Green can do this time. Okay.
Not much happening there on first down. I thought there might have been a hole for a split second. Yeah, but they tried to put quickly, didn't it? Closed fast. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
Completion to Don Maynard. A couple more yards. Don Maynard, the great receiver from the University of Texas El Paso. Again, had over 1,000 yards. Both receivers, Art Powell and Don Maynard, it's hard to decide who was better in 62. They both went over 1,000 yards, and they both had 8 touchdown receptions. Yeah, we'll see if Daniel Jones becomes as good as Sonny Jurgensen or not. Sure, the Giants would be okay with that. Or will he be more like, wasn't there a Thad Lewis that was drafted from Duke as well? Cooper in motion now. Mathis is in the backfield rather than Christie. They'll give it to him. He avoids one tackle and another one, breaks 2 tackles before finally being brought down by the Don Burrows, the safety. That's 1 quarter in, tied at 3. So here it is, 2nd and 1 from the 50-yard line. High formation now. Green will fake it to Christie and take a shot and dropped. I always want to say Goose Gossage, but of course it's Gene Gossage on the sack. Yeah, the problem definitely is Gossage had 0% of his brain was thinking that was going to be a handoff. Now on 3rd and 9, Johnny Green's going to have to make something happen. He's going to come up throwing towards the sidelines. Not sure if it was caught or not, but that doesn't count for yardage. Green's first incompletion of the day is a purposely thrown ball out of bounds. And now Curly Johnson with the punt. That's going to hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for the touchback. Sonny Jurgensen one more time takes the field. Ready for a touchdown drive. The best semi-pro team in the league, the Jacksonville Jaguars, taking on another semi-pro team, the New Orleans Saints. There's Brown, nowhere to go. He had 1 big run, but the other 3 have got them. Grand total of probably 1 yard. Ooh, low snap. Jurgensen picks it up, gives it to Brown. He does what he can with it, but that's only another yard. 3rd and 14. Man, dropped balls, jumping off sides, low snaps. There's another false start. Either the crowd is really bothering the Eagles, or they just don't care at 4 and 7. the Redskins with their win last week. The Eagles, the only thing they might care about is staying out of last place. But there's no blocking on that blitz, and Warren brings down Jurgensen 4th and 25. Hill able to get the punt away. And from the 40, Christie, 45, makes a move, 50, runs into his own man and gets tackled by his teammates. But we'll give it to the Eagles guy after a 12-yard return. Dick Christie, after their return, he runs onto the field. 5 carries, 11 yards so far. There was rumor that the Tears 89 channel was going to have the Cowboys and the Rams going tonight as they play each other. There's Christie with a big run across the 40, 35, 13-yard run for Dick Christie. We saw at the beginning of the game he was already over 800 yards. So it's a big deal when a computer back hits 1,000. Mathis now with a nice run, so the Titans are just running right through the Eagles. Christie's got 4 carries. Mathis has 3 carries, and combined they're up near 50 yards running now. There's a huge game. 8-3 Giants against 9-2 Patriots. Whew, that's big. Between that one and the 8-3 Bears are also taking on the 9-2 49ers. So we have a couple big matches still coming. Of course, that Giants one will be on the John M channel, and the Bears one will be right here. We also got the Buffalo Bills trying to get right against the semi-pro Miami Dolphins. Green from the shotgun now, 1st and goal. Sling it towards the back of the end zone, and Buchanan goes up. Not Buchanan, Max Baun. Max Baun. He wasn't a Pro Bowler this year, but he is a very good player who ends up going to the Pro Bowl 9 different times throughout his career, and there you see why he can cover as well as rush. Gets the pick in the end zone. The 2nd round pick, 20th overall by the Eagles in 1960. And Johnny Green came into the game with the least amount of turnovers, but he has turned it over twice today. And now Sonny Jurgensen will have time. The Eagles may be starting to get the hint that they can make a difference in the playoff race and take out these Titans. Jurgensen drops back. He's going to get protection again, and he finds Dick Lucas' tight end up near midfield. So now, hopefully Jurgensen's getting into a little bit of a rhythm here.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it.
So unfortunately, they did not show you the AFL's playoff standings or the implications of this game, but the Titans are right in the middle at 7-4. Currently, your division winners are the Dallas Texans and Boston Patriots would be 1-2. Cleveland Browns are pretty secure, safely going to win the North. And the South is led by the Colts currently. The Oilers and semi-pro Jaguars both still have a chance, but let's assume the Colts win the division. Then we go down to wild card, and right now the Chargers have a stranglehold on a wild card at 8-3, but they have to play the best team in football record-wise today, this week. Again, that'll be on the Vinny X Wolf channel against the Dallas Texans. So if they lose that one as they're expected to, that'll put them down to 8-4. And then you have these Titans at 7-4. So if the Titans win this game, they could theoretically be tied with the Chargers for the #1 wild card spot. And then chasing these guys would be the Broncos are right now 6-5, Oilers are 6-6, Bills are 5-6, Jaguars are 6-5. There's another one. Steelers are 6-5, so a big jumbled mess in the AFC, and that's why the Titans cannot lose this game from their point of view. Hill with the punt. He's going to try to angle this one towards the middle of the end zone. Very good idea. Not sure if anyone explained to him that that means the Titans get it to 20, but out comes Johnny Green. Only 2 incompletions, but one of those was an interception. He's also fumbled the ball when he took off scrambling. High formation. And off to Christie. Gets a nice block, gets across the 30, and the running game is working so well for the Titans. I don't know why they're even throwing that much. It feels like they could just run over and through and around the Eagles. Why not just keep doing it? It looks like they are, though. No reason to trick them. Just keep smashing it if you're a Titan fan. Christie runs in the middle, another first down. They are just running over the Eagles right now. And this is a moment for Coach Bulldog Turner to just run the hot hands, and it looks like he is. 3 straight runs to Christie, and he's all the way across midfield. What makes a good coach? You know, putting your ego aside and saying, hey, if this is going to keep working, I don't need to have some sort of fancy pass play. Just line it up and smash it through them. And now they're going to try to be cute with the play action pass. Johnny Green will run. And that's just not as effective as letting your running back run the ball. He does pick up 2, though. Chuck Bednarik gets credit for the tackle as he got him out of bounds. Will they call it before the 2-minute? 2:05, 2:04. They line up to do it, and they do call it before the 2-minute warning. Johnny Green, now he's got protection. He'll go underneath, but Mathis drops the ball. He was starting to run before, looking the ball all the way into his hands. And that cost them at least a first down.
Coming up in 2 minutes, we'll check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando with highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
And I'm going to check in with a heater.
I'm going to be right there with you, partner.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
High snap. Johnny Green comes down with it and gives it to Christie, but that play was messed up from the high snap. Someone was injured on the play. It does not appear to be Gunnels or Christie.
Now on for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. Here comes the pressure, and the Eagles get there to block it.
The Eagles block the punt.
So much for pinning him really deep. Short punt could have pinned him inside the 10.
And the Titans, that's considered their 3rd turnover. A fumble, an interception, and now Johnson gets his punt blocked. And the Titans are running the ball so well, but all the mistakes of the turnovers and the, well, most of the turnovers ain't calling pass plays when they're not needed. And their defense has been good enough, though, to keep this game tied. Can they do it one more time? Sonny Jurgensen, quick drop, throws it to McDonald's, break a tackle. Tommy McDonald Out of bounds at the 25. That stops the clock. Eagles have all 3 timeouts. We're in Thursday night prime time. So you won't see any scores at the bottom. But like I said earlier, the Colts and Bucks have already played. And the Browns and Oilers has already been decided. Ooh, gets rid of it just as he gets hit to Brown. And that perfectly executed screen pass as Jurgensen waited till the last second to get rid of it. Brown picks up 8 yards. 1:24 to go now. Sonny Jurgensen from the shotgun. They can certainly run. Time is not a factor anymore, but he's going to throw again. He'll throw it to Retzlaff, and he will get the first down. Jurgensen now 9 of 11. So the Eagles have been involved in many close games this year. They've just come up the loser for the most part most of the time. I think they lost by 1 score to both the Giants and Cowboys. Close game against the close loss. I believe it was to the Vikings earlier in the year. Or Lions, one of the two. Now the Eagles finally use a timeout. And with 1:01 to go, they have a 1st and goal from the 2-yard line. And there is the quick drop. Jurgensen's looking to throw. Now he rolls out right. Will he run it in? He gets rid of it right before taking a shot. That's going to be incomplete. That hit might have caused a fumble, so it was smart to get rid of the ball. Now let's see if they hand it off to Brown. They have more of the big boys in. He will turn and hand it to Brown, and the Titans were all over it. And the Eagles decide to not let the time come down at all. They call timeout, 52 seconds to go. And now Sonny Jurgensen will go back to the air. And he's in trouble. He's got to get rid of it. He does to Lucas, but nowhere near the touchdown. And now it's the Titans taking timeouts. And on 4th down, the kicker will come out again. One of the worst kickers of all time. 4 of 15 in real life. He did make 36 of 38 extra points, though, and this is basically an extra point. Kick is up and good. And the Eagles lead 6-3.
So we're trading field goals here in the opening half. No breakthrough yet on the touchdown front. We've got a 6-3 game.
This is week number 13. In real life, 1962, week number 13 would have pit these Philadelphia Eagles against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they would, of course, lose that game 26-17. From the Titans' point of view, if this was week 13 in real life 1962, then they would be taking on the Boston Patriots and losing by a touchdown 24-17. So both teams lost their real life week 13 game. Obviously they cannot both lose here in Sack to the Future as they're playing each other. Quick throw underneath the Cooper. And the Titans only have the 1 timeout, so they're going to rush to the line and see if Johnny Green can get some more yards on this play. Green waiting, tucks it. He's going to run himself into a sack. And now they will use the timeout. You would think maybe they would just say, okay, enough's enough, let's go to the locker room. No. Call timeout and see if you can turn it over for a 4th time.
Had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play.
Green 39! Green 39!
Johnny Green, after calling timeout, they hand it off to Christie. And that allows the Eagles to call a timeout. So effectively, all the Titans did was make sure the Eagles are going to get the ball before the halftime. 27 seconds, clock is running. Your plan in your head is if we had to run another play for some reason, we would run the ball and let the clock wind down to 0. But first, let's call a timeout with 27 seconds to go. Then do that run and let the Eagles call timeout. So now you have to punt it to the Eagles, and with 9 seconds to go, you got to watch the Eagles run a play. It's brilliance. Absolute brilliance by the AI coaching of Madden. Now the Eagles are just going to run the ball, so outside of a 72-yard touchdown run's not going to hurt the Titans. And Brown gets 70 less than that 72 yards. And we go into the locker room. Eagles 6, upset-minded Eagles. Playoff monkey wrench Eagles 6. The Titans with everything to play for have as many points as they have turnovers, 3. Titans have 104 yards on the ground in the first half, but they also have 3 turnovers, and that's why they're losing 6-3. Gregory from the 10 to 20, 25, up to the 29-yard line. There you see the Cowboys and Rams both 7-4 and playing each other. Of course, Tears 89 controls both those teams, so that game will be on his channel, but it'll be a simulation game like this bonus game is. Even though he controls both teams, that's the league rule. If your 2 teams play each other, you will do a simulation. You don't get to pick which team you want to play as or anything like that. Earlier this year, you know, on this channel, I had to watch my Broncos shred my Bears, and currently the Bears trail the Green Bay Packers for the division and probably home field throughout the playoffs by 1 game, and that was the 1 game. So it kind of sucks sometimes, but that's what you got to do. Oh, there is a monster hit put on Dick Lucas. Makes the catch, then gets a shot by, is that Rosterviller? No, it's not Rosterviller. That's Hubert Bobo, who forces the fumble there with that big hit. Sonny Jurgensen 3rd and 5 now. Comes up and throws to his big target, Tommy McDonald. We've been waiting for a McDonald sighting. He had 1 catch earlier. But Tommy McDonald went over 1,100 yards with 10 touchdowns. One of the best receivers of 1962. He was, in fact, a Pro Bowler. Jurgensen, hand off to Brown, and nothing there. And he takes a shot as the Titans are bringing their hard hitters in, Bobo and Grantham. And now with 2 tight ends, Jurgensen's going to drop back and throw. He kept more blockers in to protect him, but he still is not able to get anything but about a yard. Third and 11. Jurgensen. Pocket collapsing, and down he goes. That's Laverne Torson, former Buffalo Bill. And that is one of those interesting celebrations that the Titans are known for. There's one of the 2 big matchups that are still left to go. The 9-2 49ers looking for home field throughout the playoffs against the 8-3 Bears, who just want to catch the Packers. Christie, nice spin move, gets himself across the 25, up across the 30-yard line with a nice spin, and then a fight at the end. So Titans trailing by 3, playoffs on the line. See what they can do. Christie runs right into the middle of the defense. He is averaging 5 yards a carry, though.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality.
Johnny Green now in 2nd and 9. He will toss it in the flat to Christie. And he will fight his way up to the 35-yard line. So Johnny Green now up to 66 yards throwing the football. 3rd and 5, passing down. The Eagles come up. They're going to play some press defense. Powell in motion. Green in a hurry gets rid of it before it gets destroyed. But the Eagles were all over that. They sent the rush, but they also had 2 guys covering the screen. Beautifully played defensively, and Flowers held on to the ball, so it is a catch, but for -2 yards. Now Curly Johnson will put his leg into one, get it all the way inside the 20, but Brown breaks one tackle and gets across the 30-yard line. The Eagles on a steady decline from 60 to 61 to 62. Again, in real life, 62. They were 3-10-1. Jurgensen quick drop. It gets it out to, is that Retzlaff? Somebody dropped the ball. There you see the Eagles have gone to the pass more than the run, which is pretty accurate. Quick pass out to Lucas. Yeah, but Billy Atkins, the safety, is there to ride him to the ground. 4 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Titans trail the Eagles 6-3. 3rd and 7. Jorgensen rolls out to the right and throws it on the money to Lucas. 2nd straight pass to Lucas, and that's a first down. Jorgensen, 16 of 20 for 137 yards. Ball control type of offenses. He's not throwing for deep passes, but he is 80% accurate on the day. Well, I look away for 1 second, and then Brown has his best run of the day all the way down to the 2-yard line. Unbelievable. Thought I could sneak myself a drink there. And Timmy Brown does his best work when I'm not looking, apparently. So now, from the 2-yard line, the Eagles have a chance to take total control of this game. Quick handoff to Sapp, and he is kept out by Hubert Bobo. There you see the 6-5 Steelers get a semi-pro team, so they are most likely going to be 7-5. That puts more pressure on the Titans. Handoff to Peaks, and he rumbles into the end zone for the touchdown. And the Eagles take a commanding lead now, 12-3. And the point after is good, 13-3. Eagles looking for the upset here in New York. West is going to bring it out, and it's a good decision as he gets out across the 30. All right, so the 21st round draft pick of the Pittsburgh Steelers back in 1959, Johnny Green, is going to have to see if he can put a drive together here. Green fakes it to Christie, rolls right, tucks, runs, gets hit after a 2-yard gain. All right, we'll give him 3. 2nd and 7. Green back to pass. He will sling it and hit Don Maynard. No, Maynard drops the ball. So a nice hit put on by number 48, who is Ben Scotty, cornerback from Maryland. And that causes Don Maynard to drop the ball.
The Jets on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
All right, Green from the shotgun, 3rd and 7. This is an important play here. He will fake it. He will fire downfield, and no one's there. A little bit overthrown, but the coverage was there anyway. And the Titans will be punting again, down by 10.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know, the rhythm seems off. Here's Mike Cyphers now, as he's on to punt.
Well, again, a loss by the Titans gives hope to the Oilers and Bills, and gives Broncos and Steelers a chance to actually tie them for the wild card this week. So instead of having a Chargers and Titans controlling the wild card, a loss here by the Titans will turn it into basically a 5-team race for that last wild card. And if the Chargers are able to beat the Texans, they will pretty much lock up a playoff spot. So this is very big news for the AFC, or AFL, whatever you want to call it. Hand off to Timmy Brown. He's off to the right and fights his way for a couple. He's up to 65 yards now. Sonny Jurgensen, oh, he had his man, but he just overthrew it. A couple big runs by Timmy Brown lately allowed that play-action pass to work pretty well, but Jurgensen just missed his target. Now on 3rd and 6, that might be overkill doing back-to-back play-actions, but it works this time as Tommy McDonald makes the catch and gets up to midfield.
A very solid gain at 27. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient.
100 seconds left in the 3rd. Jurgensen hands off to Peaks, and he fights forward for a gain of 5. He has 3 carries for 6 yards, but one of those was a touchdown. Sonny now from under center, turns, gives it to Peaks. He gets away from one tackler, but then actually loses a yard before getting tackled. And the Eagles have killed the clock down to 1 minute left here in the 3rd quarter. Titans need the ball back down by 2 scores. Sonny waiting. Now he'll scramble to his left, turn, and just throw it out of bounds. Sometimes you scramble and you buy as much time as you can, and your receivers still just can't get open. Time to go ahead and throw it away and avoid any big shots or turnovers forced.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away.
And that's a pretty decent punt as it gets him inside the 20 down to the 16-yard line. Christie started off 11 of 59 in the first half. Here in the second half, 1 carry, 1 yard.
There are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on the other side of the ball. They went into halftime, made a few adjustments, and you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence.
Johnny Green's going to run again. He gets across the 20, holds on to the ball. That's important. Hey, Vinny, if you're still there, what is the schedule on your channel? I know you got that Chargers and Texans bonus game, but I forgot what night it's on. And then, of course, the Bills will still be on the Vinny X Wolf channel as well. As far as the Bears and Broncos on this channel, you can expect to see at least one of them on Saturday. Actually, the Broncos, I believe, go first. So you'll see the Broncos on Saturday. And then depending on Saturday goes, there might be a doubleheader on this channel with the Broncos and Bears. If not, then you should see the Bears on, well, let's see here. Hopefully we get them both in on Saturday, because I just remembered that neither Sunday nor Monday is going to work. So that would take us all the way to Tuesday. So yeah, we're definitely going to try to get them both in on Saturday. One may have to be in the afternoon and one will be at night. There's definitely a time slot available Saturday night. I'm not sure if I'll get the Saturday afternoon in or not. If I do, doubleheader on this channel. If not, then definitely the Broncos will be on. And then we'll have to wait possibly till Tuesday to get the Bears game in.
So they're still in the original line of scrimmage. Second down and 10.
Johnny Green going to run again and gets a yard. 6 rushes for 27 yards. You see Chuck Bednarik and the Eagles defense ranked 23rd here in Sack of the Future. That's out of the full 32 teams because, of course, it's Madden 18, so the semi-pro teams count in all these statistical rankings and such. 3 yards not enough. Maxie Baughan with a nice tackle, so the Titans are going to have to go for it from their own 33-yard line. This play is basically the game, as the Eagles will get more points if the Titans can't convert. Johnny Green rolls right, throws it across his body, a nice pass to Don Maynard, and he doesn't drop this one. First down into Philadelphia territory, and that may have saved the Titans' wild card hopes. Johnny Green spins left, throws underneath to Christie, who fights a couple of Eagles and finally goes down to the 36-yard line. Green now over 100 yards throwing. The clock is down to just over 6 minutes, but the Titans are driving. Green's going to run up the middle, get the first down, takes a shot from Chuck Bednarik, but holds on to the football. 6 minutes to go. Titans 32 yards away from a touchdown. Oh, and make that 37 as their offensive player jumps.
That's some momentum going, driving down the field, and that'll set him back first and 15.
I mean, that type of play, when you've got to go in your direction.
All right, here we go.
Green rolls to the right, tucks it, he's going to run 35, 30, 25, fights his way to a first down. That was an impressive run by Johnny Green. His first one he fumbled, but since then he's been a pretty effective scrambler. Maxie Baughan finally brought him down to the 21-yard line, but another first down. Shotgun again, Green. He's got some pressure, he's going to roll to the right, gets rid of it before he gets hit. Johnny Green, between his scrambles and just his offensive line not protecting, he has taken a lot of hits today, but he's played through it. Despite the 2 early turnovers, he's having a decent game here. You could tell it's a struggle for the Titans offense and Johnny Green, but he's got his team at the 26-yard line, and he just finds a way to make plays here and there. Green now, he will tuck it and try to run it up the middle, but Beaver's having none of it. He gets him and closes in for the sack. And now the field goal situation looks pretty bad as we're up to a 47-yard field goal now. Johnny Green He'll throw underneath to Harris and actually lose 2 more yards. Oh, we thought for sure they were in field goal range, but now 49-yarder, I don't know. Bill Shockley, with their playoffs possibly on the line, maybe that'll give him a little bit more adrenaline. He kicks it. It's going to be short. He just doesn't have the leg for a late season 49-yard field goal. Colder out, ball's a little harder. So the false start and then the inappropriate throwing behind the line takes 3 points off the board. And Jurgensen now play action pass. He wants the big play right here, but instead he goes down. Gooseman with the sack. And the Eagles are just a couple first downs away from putting this game out of reach.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
Oh my goodness.
Getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Hopefully that gets put out and everyone's okay. Just loss of properties, not nice either, but much better than anyone actually being hurt or caught in the fire. I saw earlier a big fire on the highway in Colorado. That was crazy. There's completion of Tommy McDonald, who fumbles the football, but Gregory's there to recover it. So the Titans put their hitting helmets on, caused the fumble, but alert recovery by Gregory keeps the ball in the Eagles' hand. Indeed, yes. Thoughts and prayers certainly go out to the firefighters, first responders, and of course anyone that was in the building when it caught fire. McDonald again. So a slow start, but Tommy McDonald up to 7 catches for 97 yards, showing why he is in fact one of the best receivers in 1962. And the Eagles, any more points, well, a touchdown for sure, and this game's over. A field goal still stretches the Titans places they don't want to be. Jurgensen's now up to 21 of 27, 210 yards. And more importantly, has the time down under 3 minutes. So it looks as if the Titans are going to give up their wild card spot and drop to 7-5. Handoff to Brown. Nothing's final yet. They need to get the touchdown first. We've seen too much in Sack to the Future where someone looks like they are about to put the game away and then boom, pick 6. And suddenly it's a brand new game. So we will watch the last 2 minutes without knowing for sure that the Eagles have won this game. If they're smart, they'll just hand off twice, take away some timeouts, and kick the field goal. It's more better than throwing a pass and having it picked off. But even better is Brown getting into the end zone for the touchdown. That should do it. The Eagles come in looking for the upset, and they pretty much wax the floor with the Titans. And the Titans again were playing, they were out kicking their coverage, playing well above the talent on this team, because they should really be an under 500 team, but they come in at 7-4. But it looks like that might be coming to an end here. And see if they spiral out of control and drop down to 7-7. We saw that in 1960, where I think they got off to like an 8-4 start, and then didn't win another game and gave up the division to the Buffalo Bills. And it seems like they might be on that trajectory again here for the wild card spot. You have to assume the Steelers are going to beat the semi-pro team, so that's one team that's caught them. If my Broncos can get a win against the Vikings, that'll be another team that catches them. And it also opens the door for both the Oilers and the Bills. Now, Vinny, has the Bills played the Titans twice already? Or do you still get another crack at them? Because if you do get another shot at them, and this loss brings them to just one game better than the Bills, that could be you grabbing second place in that game. Green would set the screen pass, but instead he gets hit and fumbles the football. And then the Titans, Dick Christie comes in and does not pick up the ball. The Eagles do, and that's definitely the game. So, Titans drop to 7-5. Assuming the Bills beat their semi-pro opponents, they'll be 6-6. Sets up a chance for the Bills to leapfrog the Titans into second place and put the Titans away. If you're a Titans fan, very disappointing. The wild card was yours, but they turned it over 4 times. When you score less points than the amount of times you turn it over, you might be a redneck. No, you're going to lose games. Tim Brown, nice little day, 86 yards and a touchdown. Titans not even bothering to stop the clock. They know what they've done. They've given up the playoffs. Sonny Jurgensen with a shotgun. Is he going to throw this? Complete to Lucas. First down. I guess just to rub it in. Titans were not stopping the clock anyways, but that'll do it. 7-6. So the Eagles, no one cares, but they're 5-7. The Titans, which everyone cares about, down to 7-5 and opens the door for a whole bunch of teams. And the other side, the AFL, including the Denver Broncos. So again, Vinny will be bringing you a couple of games over the next couple of days, I believe. And I don't remember the exact schedule, but he usually brings us one a day when possible. So I will be bringing you a game. It'll be the Broncos first, and that will be on Saturday for sure. If I can get that in early enough, I'll also do the Bears game on Saturday. But during that Broncos game on Saturday, I'll let you know if the Bears will also be that same night or we'll have to wait for a different day. Rams Cowboys, still waiting to hear. Was initially going to be tonight. I mean, tonight's over, so unless it's going to be in the next few minutes here and into the morning, I think we're looking at a different day for that one. And that's on the Tears 89 channel, as well as a third bonus game, which will be the, who does he have? I don't remember. The point is, there's 2 more games on the Tears 89 channel, 2 more games on the Vinny X channel, 2 more games here, and 1 more on the John M channel over the next 4 days or so. So check out all those channels. Thanks for watching this one. Have a good night, everyone.